Hi everyone, it's me. Number 10, Roald Amundsen. When it comes to the great explorers of history, we naturally think of the likes of Marco Polo and Ferdinand Magellan, legendary figures who lived centuries ago. However, there have also been many famous explorers in the modern age, people whose journeys of discovery took place within the last few hundred years. From the first man to reach the South Pole to the first woman to circumnavigate the globe solo, these are some of the greatest explorers of the modern era. Number 9. Sir Ernest Shackleton. There are few names that evoke the same sense of adventure and daring as that of Sir Ernest Shackleton, an Irish explorer who is best known for his incredible journey across the southern oceans at the beginning of the 20th century. Shackleton's most famous expedition was the Trans-Antarctic Expedition of 1914 to 1917, during which he and his crew became trapped in the ice for more than a year. Despite the extreme cold, starvation, and the threat of wild animals, Shackleton and his men never lost hope. They eventually managed to escape their icy prison, and all 28 members of Shackleton's crew survived the ordeal. Shackleton's incredible journey not only pushed the boundaries of human endurance, but it also captured the imagination of the world. He was celebrated as a hero upon his return home, and his story has inspired generations of adventurers ever since. Number 8. Jacques Cousteau. If you love the ocean and everything that lies beneath its waves, then you've probably heard of Jacques Cousteau, a French naval officer and explorer who is widely regarded as the father of modern scuba diving. In the early 1940s, Cousteau and his friend Émile Gagnon invented the first practical scuba set, which allowed divers to breathe underwater for extended periods of time. This invention revolutionized our ability to explore the ocean and opened up a whole new world to humans. With his trusty scuba gear in tow, Cousteau traveled to every corner of the globe in search of new and exciting marine life. He discovered over 600 shipwrecks, explored the deepest parts of the ocean, and even filmed the elusive giant squid. Through his many expeditions and discoveries, Cousteau shared his love of the ocean with the world and inspired countless people to learn more about the underwater world around them. But perhaps his greatest legacy is the Cousteau Society, which he founded in 1973 to protect the environment and promote sustainable use of the ocean. Number 7. David Livingstone. Few explorers are as revered as David Livingstone, a Scottish missionary and explorer who is best known for his discovery of the source of the Nile River in 1858. Livingstone's journey to find the source of the river began in 1854 and took him through uncharted territory in Africa. Despite facing incredible challenges such as disease, injury, and hostile tribes, Livingstone pressed on. When he finally reached the source of the Nile, he is said to have exclaimed, "We have found it. We have found the very source of the Nile. The desire of my heart is fulfilled." Livingstone's discovery was a major accomplishment and helped to shed light on one of the most important rivers in the world. But his legacy goes beyond just his geographical discoveries. Livingstone was also a pioneer in the field of African exploration and helped to open up the continent to European traders and settlers. However, it's important to note that Livingstone's legacy is a complex one. While he is celebrated as a hero in some circles, he is also criticized for his role in the colonization of Africa. Some argue that his writings and actions contributed to the European colonization of Africa, which had devastating consequences for the local populations. Nevertheless, there's no denying that Livingstone was an accomplished explorer, and his discoveries continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. Number 6. Neil Armstrong. When it comes to modern-day explorers, it's hard to think of anyone more deserving of the title than Neil Armstrong, an American astronaut who became the first person to walk on the moon. On July 20th, 1969, Armstrong and his crew aboard the Apollo 11 spacecraft made history when they landed on the surface of the moon. As Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface, he uttered the now famous words, That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Armstrong's journey to the moon was the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. He trained rigorously for his mission and worked closely with NASA scientists and engineers to ensure the success of the Apollo 11 mission. His bravery and determination in the face of danger were truly inspiring, and he quickly became a national hero upon his return to Earth. Armstrong's legacy extends far beyond his historic moon landing. He was a true pioneer in the field of space exploration, and his courage and determination continue to inspire young people around the world to pursue their dreams. Number 5. Thor Heyerdahl. You might have heard of Thor Heyerdahl, a Norwegian explorer and writer who is best known for his Kon-Tiki expedition in 1947. Heyerdahl's Kon-Tiki expedition was an epic journey across the Pacific Ocean that aimed to prove that the ancient Peruvians could have easily populated Polynesia by using primitive boats. He and his crew sailed from Peru to the Tuamotu archipelago in a balsa wood boat called the Kon-Tiki, which was modeled after the boats used by ancient Peruvian fishermen. Despite facing rough seas, dangerous storms, and dwindling supplies, Heyerdahl and his crew successfully completed the journey in 101 days, proving that the ancient Peruvians could have easily traveled to Polynesia. Heyerdahl's expedition was a remarkable feat of human endurance and courage, and his writings about the journey have inspired generations of explorers and adventurers. However, Heyerdahl's legacy is also a controversial one. His theories about the origins of the Polynesian people have been widely debated, and some of his methods have been criticized as being unscientific. Nevertheless, there's no denying that Thor Heyerdahl was a brave and intrepid explorer who made significant contributions to our understanding of the world around us. Number 4. Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake, an English explorer and privateer who played a pivotal role in the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. Drake was also the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe, a feat he accomplished between 1577 and 1580. Drake's voyage around the world was a perilous one, but he and his crew braved storms, disease, and attacks from other ships to complete the journey. During his travels, Drake made significant contributions to our knowledge of geography, particularly in the Pacific Ocean. He discovered the island of Newfoundland and explored the west coast of North America as far south as California. Drake's circumnavigation of the globe was a major accomplishment, and it helped to establish England's dominance in the race for global exploration. However, Drake's legacy is also a complex one. While he is celebrated as a hero in England, he is viewed as a villain in Spain due to his role in the Anglo-Spanish War. Nevertheless, there's no denying that Sir Francis Drake was a skilled explorer and navigator who made significant contributions to our understanding of the world around us. Number 3. Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin, a Soviet cosmonaut who became the first human to journey into outer space. On April 12, 1961, Gagarin was launched into orbit aboard the Vostok 1 spacecraft, completing one orbit of the Earth before returning home safely. Gagarin's journey into space was a momentous occasion, and it marked the beginning of the space age. It was a triumph for the Soviet Union in the midst of the Cold War, and it inspired people around the world with the possibilities of space exploration. Following his historic flight, Gagarin became an international celebrity, and he traveled to many countries to promote friendship and peace. He was seen as a symbol of the peaceful intentions of the Soviet Union, and he helped to improve relations between the two superpowers. Tragically, Gagarin's life was cut short when he died in a plane crash in 1968 at the age of 34. However, his legacy continues to inspire people around the world, and he is remembered as a true hero of the space age. Number 2. Freya Stark. Freya Stark, a British explorer and travel writer who is best known for her journeys in the Middle East and Central Asia. Over the course of her long life, Stark traveled extensively throughout the Middle East, exploring remote regions and meeting with local leaders and people. She was particularly fascinated by the cultures and history of the region, and she wrote extensively about her experiences. One of Stark's most famous journeys was her 1934 expedition to the Persian Gulf, where she became the first European to visit the city of Kerbala. She also traveled to Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, and Turkey, among other places. In addition to her travels in the Middle East, Stark also explored parts of Central Asia, including Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. She was particularly interested in the ancient Silk Road, and she retraced much of its length, visiting cities and sites along the way. Throughout her travels, Stark faced many challenges, including political unrest, dangerous terrain, and cultural misunderstandings. But she persevered, driven by her thirst for adventure and her desire to learn about the world around her. Number 1. Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart, an American aviator who set many records in the aviation industry in the 1930s. Earhart was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and she was the first person to fly solo from Hawaii to California. In 1937, Earhart set out to circumnavigate the globe, but she disappeared over the Pacific Ocean near Howland Island and was never seen again. Earhart's journey around the world captured the imagination of the public, and she was followed closely by the media as she made her way around the globe. However, as days turned into weeks with no sign of Earhart or her navigator, public interest turned to concern. Eventually, a search party was organized, but it was unable to locate any trace of Earhart or her plane. In the years since her disappearance, there have been many theories about what happened to Earhart. Some believe that she and her navigator crashed into the ocean and drowned. Others believe that they landed safely on Howland Island but were captured by the Japanese and executed. Still, others believe that Earhart and her navigator simply vanished without a trace. Despite the mystery surrounding her disappearance, there's no denying that Amelia Earhart was an accomplished aviator and a true pioneer for women in aviation. Her legacy continues to inspire young people around the world to follow their dreams and to push the boundaries of what's possible. Thank you for watching. Which of these explorers do you admire the most? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. See you next time. Bye.